That afternoon, Riko sought peace on the western shore of Angandaran. The sunset painted the sky with a calming glow, as if to say, everything will be all right. However, that tranquility didn't last long. A glance at his phone screen disrupted everything. The time showed it was already late afternoon, and anxiety began to set in. He sped away from the beach. A quiet rural road, flanked by vast expanses of rice fields, should offer tranquility. However, Riko's mind was disturbed, and then he reached the verge of darkness. A narrow forest path, with tall trees, forming a gate to another world. Hesitant, he looked ahead. With a little courage left, he entered the forest. The trees were so dense, they covered the sky, making the path pitch dark. Only the beam of his motorcycle light pierced the darkness, revealing the vines and mist in front of him. The long journey and tension began to sap his energy. Sleepiness attacked, his eyelids felt so heavy and his vision started to blur. He had to stop. At the edge of the forest road, Riko poured water on his face, trying to stave off the fatigue threatening him. The forest behind him felt so silent, yet tense. Looking back at his phone, the time showed 2:1 chicken 3. His shadow faintly reflected on the screen, a reminder of the time that keeps moving and the danger that may await. Suddenly, a sweet aroma wafted, the scent of frangipani flowers. Riko furrowed his brow, trying to find the source. His gaze swept around with full alertness, and then he saw it. In the distance, under a big old tree, stood the figure of a woman in a white dress with long hair covering her face. The ghost stared at the road, frozen, while Riko was petrified on his motorcycle. His heart was pounding sharply. In a panic, Riko twisted the throttle, escaping from that frightening shadow. He sped away as fast as possible, hoping to leave that nightmare behind. However, his escape was halted. In the middle of the road, a pair of glowing red eyes appeared. The Tuyuls grinned, and Riko had to swerve to avoid them. The road turned into an arena of horror.
That Pocong is haunting the area. Some are floating, some are sitting, and some are blocking the path. Riko drove through them, his eyes wide with fear. Piercing laughter and strange whispers began to fill the air. Shadows moved quickly among the trees surrounding Riko. The forest seemed alive, full of unseen creatures. They were chasing him. Pocongs jumped. Tuyuls ran beside the motorcycle, and Kuntilanaks flew above the trees. Riko had no choice but to go as fast as possible. Panic took over him. As if it wasn't enough, a sudden downpour drenched him. His vision became more blurred. The road was uphill, slippery with mud. The motorcycle tires spun in place, struggling to gain traction. Riko bent over, trying to maintain balance. Every inch of the journey felt like a struggle. At the hilltop, a glimmer of hope appeared. A small wooden hut. Its light shone warmly from inside. The rain started to subside. Exhausted and drenched, Riko approached it.
Come in, child, it's cold outside.
Inside the simple hut, an old woman with a calm gaze greeted him. A cup of warm tea and a bowl of instant noodles were offered to him. Riko sat huddled, trying to warm himself.
Be careful, child. The downhill road ahead is damaged and dark.
With a gentle yet warning tone, the old woman gave him advice. A bad premonition crept in, but Riko had no choice but to continue the journey. Riko continued his journey, descending a steep and damaged road. Its surface was uneven, full of puddles and scattered stones. His hands gripped the handlebars tightly. Every turn was a test. Suddenly, his motorcycle slipped. He almost fell into the bushes, but quickly managed to regain control. And then, he saw it in the distance. The house lights shone through the fog. Finally, he arrived in front of his house. Rain was still dripping from his jacket. His face showed deep exhaustion, but also immense relief. Riko looked at the quiet night. He was safe, but the memory of that terror would haunt him. Was it real or just a nightmare? An inner voice echoed in the darkness. Exhausted, Riko took his blanket and fell asleep.